Hello everyone, welcome to another time of KHC video devotionals for the 29th of November, devotionals for couples. And the topic for us today is how to be content in marriage. My name is Sylvester Obinna. The word content can be defined as satisfied to the point where I am not disturbed or disquieted in whatever state I am in, as we can see in Philippians 4 verse 11. Paul learned this great secret, and I believe God will have us learn it also as a solid foundation for great stability in our marriages. No wonder God says contentment with godliness is great gain. There is a lot to gain from being content with such things as you have now. Thank God, contentment does not mean containment. We are expected to desire to get better, improve, and move forward, but not to the point of losing our peace, joy, and gratitude. We live in a discontented generation where the dark in complexion are turning to get lighter, the light tending to get dark, the guys behaving like ladies, ladies behaving like guys. Come to think of it, as a lady, you almost want to kill yourself trying to keep up to the fashion trend. It's just crazy. Different hairstyles, weave on, makeup, clothes, jewelries, etc. How many will you be able to get in a lifetime? Until you learn this godly virtue of contentment, you will prefer every other guy or lady to the one you are married to. All men or women will not become less handsome or beautiful than your spouse, and definitely they won't all be less richer than him. Learn to be satisfied with whatever or whoever you have now on your way to getting more things or becoming a better person. Here are 4 reasons people are not contented. Number 1, greed. It's not only in terms of possession, but also in terms of wanting more of anything. Some are never content with the care and affection they receive from their spouse. They are always asking the other person for more care, more attention, more calls, more gifts. They are just emotionally greedy. I am not saying you should cope with whatever is happening in your marriage, but be grateful for that person, accept him or her, and then give room for improvement. Don't expect perfection. You are not perfect either. Number 2, fear. Fear of tomorrow and what it holds for you will keep you looking for more. A good job now does not guarantee a good job tomorrow. It is God that holds the future and takes care of us. You should be able to trust God with your entire life, spirit, soul, and body, and all it takes to sustain them all. Number 3, lack of trust in God. Trust in God makes you joyful, peaceful, grateful, and thankful. You just know God has got you covered, like an insurance. You know and are sure that if God could take care of a fetus in his mother's womb, then he has same level of knowledge on how to care for us. You don't need everything, you only need what is needed per time. Trust God to keep your spouse. He or she is not kept because of a constant checking on her. It is God that keeps. Number 4, looking for contentment in all the wrong places. Contentment only comes from God. It is God that makes a lady on low cut who knows God not envious of the one with $250,000 Brazilian weave on. But without knowing God, from where comes a healthy self-esteem, a lady can have a Brazilian weave on and still feel low cut would have looked better on her. So it's not what you have that makes you content. It's who you are and whose you are. When you know, follow, and serve God, you have contentment that no man or earthly possession can offer you. You are contented with your wife not because she is Miss World, but because you know God is your marriage and he has given you your helpmate. Or what's the point of being married to a lady that is not your own helper? Be content with your spouse physically, emotionally, sexually, and in all ways. Also, know that your spouse will not replace God in your life and that he or she has limits. Learn to cast your care on God while you are content and grateful for the spouse God has given you. Meditation for the day. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5, King James Version. Let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such things as ye have. For he hath said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. Prayer for the day. Number 1, Father, help me to be content. Number 2, I will not compare my spouse in the name of Jesus. And number 3, Father, bless my marriage. Confession for the day. I am content but not contained. I move higher in God. I accept the person God has given me. I do not seek to make my spouse into another person. I am content with who I have as husband or wife. I refuse and vehemently reject every critical spirit. I do not compare my spouse with another. I know and understand that from scriptures that they that compare themselves with themselves are not wise. I am not foolish. I embrace God's gift to me in the form of my husband or my wife. I reject the accusing spirit rearing its head in my home. My spouse is the best, and nothing can change that fact. Action plan for the day. Give out some of the things you don't need to those who need them.
We'd like you to partner with us in Cases and Us Club. To do so, kindly use the banking information you see on the screen. And for international givings, please navigate to the URL you see on the screen at casesandus.com/give. God bless you as you do so. This devotional is taken from our books for single and married, and these books are available on Amazon and on Kada Books. In order to access the books, kindly navigate to the URL you see on the screen at casesandus.com/books. If you live in the city of Ibadan, we'd like you to worship with us at Shouts of Grace Center. It's at Joker Plaza beside Trans Amusement Park, Bodija UI Road in the city of Ibadan. On Sundays, we have two services by 7:30 and 9 o'clock, and by Wednesdays, 6 p.m. It will be our pleasure to have you. Kindly follow us on Cases and Us Club at casesandus.com. You'll have a lot of resources for your soul.